For a few months now, Rec Room has had a huge problem with Roblox thumbnails. And just a few days ago, Rec Room finally decided to drop this blog post talking about the new thumbnail policy that they'll be enforcing soon. Now, I'll be honest, I was planning on uploading an entirely different video today. I really don't make videos like this at all. But I think this is way more important to talk about right now, especially since Skull is on vacation at the time of me recording this. So, before we get into it though, if you could go to my profile at Hey Werewolf and press the big support button, I would really appreciate it. Also, yes, I'm recording this video on screen mode. I tried to record this video on VR like 3 times and they all sucked, so we're doing this. Okay, with all of that being said, let's actually start reading this blog post. Greetings, creators. We're updating our room thumbnail policy to reduce intentionally misleading thumbnails. Intentionally misleading or infringing content is a form of abuse. Creators should focus on producing high-quality thumbnails that show a room, its creativity, and give players a clear idea of what they'll experience at a glance. Recently, some thumbnails have fallen below our standards. This post is intended to provide additional clarity on what is acceptable. Moving forward, we will more closely scrutinize thumbnails starting with popular rooms. So if you're the creator of a popular room with a potentially offending thumbnail, we advise you to promptly change it to something that represents the actual experience of your room. If your room violates our standards, we will remove its thumbnail. You will receive a message from Coach notifying you that you must upload thumbnails that are clear and original. If we have to remove the thumbnail again, your room will become unpublished. I think you can see why I'm on screen mode for this video, by the way. I have no idea why they use so many fancy words like scrutinize for this blog post. Okay, this is the important part, so listen up. Thumbnails directly copied from other apps/platforms outside of Rec Room will be specifically targeted for removal. Thank God. This has genuinely been a huge problem for so long now, and while I'm not happy that it's taken this long for them to say something about it, I am happy that it's finally being taken care of. Okay, let's continue reading this. When we say that thumbnails need to reflect the content of the room, we mean that the thumbnail should be indicative of the gameplay and experience of the room. Here are some general guidelines to follow. We love stylistic, artistic, and expressive thumbnails. This policy is not here to limit your creativity. It's okay to have text in your thumbnail. Thank God for that, by the way, because one of my rooms has text in their thumbnail. General pictures of your room or composed vignettes of gameplay used to create a thumbnail are great. Making a cool scene with a makeup pen that showcases your room is one of the best things you can do to make a good thumbnail. Using IP you don't own will result in a thumbnail removal. That being said, fandoms and fan content are allowed in Rec Room given you have permission to use that content. Direct copying of any type of content for use in thumbnails that you don't own is prohibited. Importing an image into your room and using it as a thumbnail does not count as actual room content. If your thumbnail is unrelated to the actual experience of the room, it may be removed. We'll continue to refine this policy and develop more guidelines as we see its effects in the ecosystem. Thanks again for reading. With your help, we can make the Rec Room ecosystem feel more creative and more expressive. Like I said before, this is really big news, so I'm very happy that Rec Room is doing this. For the people that don't know, most of the Roblox thumbnails that you see in Rec Room are just straight up stolen off of Google Images, which says a lot about how much work they actually put in those rooms. So not having to see those stolen thumbnails anymore is honestly really nice, and I'm really happy that they're making this change. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider liking the video and subscribing. And with that being said, I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.